WNBA players were doing everything in their power to get rid of Caitlin Clark. These minimum wage earners, they did not want to be rescued by the Great White Hope. This year, WNBA players have gotten exactly what they wanted. Caitlin Clark has essentially missed the entire season, and the WNBA has suffered the consequences.
What Caitlin Clark ultimately said during a heated altercation with Sue Bird has the entire WNBA in a frenzy, but it seems like that's what Steph and I have always done.
Been something like me and Steph have always talk about when we go and watch film, and even that New York game where I played really, really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game. This just this last game this year. I started the fourth quarter off with 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me, and she was like this is a learning moment. You got to be able to yes, maybe it could have been there. Maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass. Maybe they could have caught it, but do we need that in this moment? No. Right. And then she subbed me back in, and there was a play where I kind of got a steal, and we're going in transition, and Kelsey Mitchell just takes off down the middle of the floor, and so there's 2 people kind of by her, and I literally go to grab the ball, and then I just dribble out, and I literally just start smiling so big, and I look at Steph, and I told her after the game,
that better be on film.
Yeah, I'm you don't understand how hard it was for me to not throw.
This is an open and sincere look at the difficulties she has been dealing with behind the scenes. Clark's story encompasses not just his recovery, but also his agonizing failures and his critique of the league. It's about perseverance, strength, and the battle to protect the biggest star in the game. During her first season, Caitlin Clark was predicted to become a superstar. Instead, it became a stop-and-go slog that tested her physical, mental, and emotional balance.
I know you want to be out there.
Definitely been hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go to every road game no matter what, whether I'm playing or not. It's hard because obviously I do feel this responsibility of being out there and playing, and not that I think there's a fear of any of this ever going away. That doesn't happen when LeBron or Steph get hurt. They're always gonna be there.
He'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
She was ignored before she had a chance to develop her groove. Because of that injury, she was sidelined from May 28th till June 10th. Before her official WNBA career began, she had already participated in 5 games. She fought her way back, playing brilliantly, and felt confident until the next setback. A left groin injury kept her out of 4 additional games throughout the regular season. Unfortunately, Caitlin Clark will miss her second straight game.
Fortunately, Caitlin Clark will miss her second straight game due to a left groin injury. Clark missed last night's game against the Los Angeles Sparks in Cambridge Fieldhouse with the same issue. There's no official word on the severity of the injury, but the team said that they would be taking it day to day. This will be the 7th game Clark has been sidelined for this.
The Commissioner Cup final will also be held from June 26th to July 5, and just when she thought the worst was over, disaster struck again. That I hurt my right groin on July 15th this time. This morning, ESPN revealed something fresh.
ESPN is reporting that Caitlin Clark has injured her groin for the 2nd time this season. Clark left last night's game in the final minute, holding back tears after grabbing at her leg. She just returned back to WNBA action after missing 9 games for 2 other leg injuries. Despite the apparent injury, Clark racked up 14 points and made 4 of 14 shots.
That was the turning point, the fortitude, the optimism, the belief that she could keep on. Everything was tested. Clark claimed that the psychological toll was unlike anything she had ever experienced in college. She has never missed a game due to an injury. But without the benefit of a training camp, she was thrust into game 30 and forced to rely on a body that consistently let her down.
You do want to play. You want to give people something to cheer about or scream about, or, people spend so much time and money and resources to come and watch you play. And it's been cool to see people continue to show up, and for my teammates, whether they're fans of the Fever or just fans of myself, they're continuing to show up and support. And
every return was accompanied by the same concern. Would it happen again? It wasn't just the body that was uncomfortable. Clark knew full well how her absence would affect the WNBA. When she played, the Indiana Fever lost 8-5. Without her, they were a flat 9-9. There was a drop in attendance. The number of people watching TV fell on May 17th. A massive 2.5 million people watched an ABC game against the Chicago Sky. Without Clark, their 1.5 million barely made a dent. The difficulty is knowing that The league's numbers suffer without you. How can you find the patience to bounce back? Sue Bird did not duck this one.
So viewership and ticket sales are like up across the WNBA, and then and they're also, when you don't play, there's a dip, like a substantial dip. So how does it impact your patience? You know what I mean? Like, you're coming back from this injury and you know this, everybody knows this, that when you play that changes.
Yeah.
I guess the better question is, how are you managing it so it doesn't impact your patience?
Clark's answer was informative. After her most recent injury, she disclosed the text message her mother sent. You've been with the others for a long time. It's time for you to look for yourself.
I think early on with the first couple injuries, I was like, oh, I need to get back. But I think my mom texted me after this last injury, and they know how hard it's been on me. But my mom was like, you've taken so much time for everybody else. You have to take time for yourself now. So just trying to do that the best I can too.
It was a crucial time. For the first time, she made the decision to put her health before the demands of the league, the fans, and even her own competitive tendencies. But then came the moment that really sparked the internet. Sue Bird asked about her sideline coaching during her injury. Clark replied, "I'd make a good ref," with a cunning smile that would be repeated 1,000 times. There would be no unanswered calls. However, "I believe I would make an excellent referee. AS if I wouldn't miss the call. Referee, backseat." IT was subtle, sharp, and completely detrimental to the league's credibility as an officiating body. After a bad night, this wasn't a disgruntled rookie screaming, criticizing the legitimacy of the game. This was the WNBA's best-selling ticket on national media.
I feel like I would be a really good ref, though, from the side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss the call.
Backseat ref.
The response came right away. Players from all throughout the league sent her encouraging notes. "You just said out loud what we've been screaming in locker rooms for years," a veteran retorted. "Fix the whistle" was a popular hashtag, and Clark was correct. Fans began tagging her name whenever a questionable call happened in another game. The league office, executives were split. Some wanted to remove her and tell her to keep her opinions to herself. Others warned that trying to quiet her would only backfire. Her comments were more powerful because of the underlying significance of all of this. The opposition wasn't only playing tough defense when it came to Caitlin Clark. They were making significantly more physical contact than is typical, trapping her on every possession and providing continuous full-court pressure. The WNBA was quite different from her college days, when she felt safer. Nor was it random that a pattern will emerge if you watch enough tape. 1 possession at a time. Teams were clearly wearing her down. Clark admitted that the severity of the beating that resulted in her injuries this year was unprecedented. Quad, groin, quad once again. They all act as a reminder of the actual expense. IT also raised an embarrassing question. Was there a purposeful scheme to deplete the league's biggest draw, or was this just a basketball game? When Clark returned to the court, it was more than just a game. IT was a conflict. Excitement was in the air throughout the arena. Every whistle, or lack thereof, caused the audience to react. Then it happened. Early in the game, she made clear contact and drove hard to the hoop, but no foul was called. The fans started drinking. Cameras zeroed in on Clark's face during her interview in the suburbs, capturing her smirk. This time, it was aimed directly at the officials. Halfway through the second quarter, she tried to make a three-pointer but was fouled. The whistle blew and the arena exploded. She glanced at the baseline referee, nodded slowly, and mouthed a line that fans would spend hours lip-reading online. The end of the game. She just missed a triple-double, which contributed to the Fever's victory, but the box score wasn't entirely accurate. IT was in the message. Caitlin Clark was no longer afraid of the whistle. The game was followed by days of debate. Some analysts claimed that she had won the respect of the officials. The league, according to some, was going over and beyond to show that they would not be persuaded. Former athletes expressed their opinions as well. She is praised for her bravery in protecting the game. Others cautioned that it was dangerous to question official authority, but Clark remained calm in the spotlight. In her press conference following the game, she just said, "I just play the game. The others can talk about the rest." So, what are your thoughts? Should the WNBA step in to protect its stars? Or is this a typical part of the game? Please leave a remark below. If you're still watching, please mention Caitlin Clark's injuries in a comment.
Hard moments, but I don't really care what people say. At the end of the day, I'm in a position where there's going to be, criticism, and there's going to be people that love me. Like, that's what happens when you're playing sport at the highest level. Like, that's how it goes for everybody, whether you're a football player, basketball player, baseball player.
Sophie Cunningham is more than just a basketball player. She is dominating the WNBA both on and off the court. Her rise to the top has also been nothing short of spectacular.
Sophie Cunningham came to the Indiana Fever in the offseason. She's been taking full advantage of every opportunity she's got. An opportunity on the court, balling. An opportunity to protect Caitlin Clark, did that. Off the court, endorsement deals. Off the court, advertisers are falling in love with her. We got Colin Cowherd saying, hey, Sophie, you want your own podcast? Sophie Cunningham says, sure, I'll take my own podcast. And what has Sophie Cunningham been doing?
People are taking notice of Sophie's transformation from a tough role player to the league's biggest star, and it all started with a few bold moves that nobody expected.
Everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the #1 selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out. Now, why is that significant? I'll tell you. Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham.
People are taking notice of Sophie's transformation from a tough role player to the league's biggest star, and it all started with a few bold moves that nobody expected.
Sophie needed to get that off of her chest. The referees are treating her like a princess. She might as well be wearing a tiara. It's never really a winning mentality. She's made it clear she's not afraid to get a fine. The one thing that it seems that WNBA players can agree on is the officiating sucks in the WNBA. She knows how to play the game, and her game is translating just nicely to the.
Here's the major reveal, though. The point is not the stat sheet. Sophie Cunningham's presence, power, and cultural conquest are what make her so iconic. If you're still watching, please leave Sophie rules in the comments so we know you're paying attention. How is it possible for a player who only scores a few points every game to become one of the most talked about players in the league? A combination of marketing genius, mindset, and change is the answer.